Mike Johnson from Louisiana.
Hello, hello. What's up? What's happening? Here for the live stream. we are going to be live streaming the presidential inauguration. As of right now, Trump and Biden has just gotten the presidential tank, aka the presidential armored limo, and they are on their way to the Capitol right now. Um, what am I looking to see from this peaceful transition? Of course, there's been some speculation, rumors of things going on that's been mentioned on other channels, this, that, and the third. But um, you know, right now, just looking to see how things get transitioned over. Power, uh, swearing over the Bibles and things of that nature. So this is my first real deal live stream that I'm doing for YouTube, and I'm enjoying this. I think this will be fun. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Let's get into this. We'll be going through a number of channels right now. Uh, we'll just be listening in, seeing what's going on, and all that good stuff. Alrighty. Let's start with CBS.
Zaxby's just perfect.
Oh, no advertisements.
Entertainment, yes.
Yep.
I do remember
There was
that.
a big argument.
Like I said, they're on their way to the Capitol right now. Presidential tank. That is a big boy right there.
Moment that, Bob, as you were conjuring this political comeback, when Trump left after Biden was inaugurated, Trump said, and he's going, first of all, he's leaving at Andrews. There's nobody there except for his family. And he says, goodbye, we love you, we will be back in some form. This is the form.
And as we watch President Biden and President-elect Trump heading to Capitol Hill, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching CBS News coverage of Donald Trump's inauguration. We'll be right back.
All right. Cool. All right. Now, while that's going on, I'm going to select another channel just to see what's popping. Oh wait. There we go. I was frozen from you. Alright, yeah. Now I'm going to get back to choosing another channel. Oh, yep. This is inside the Capitol. I think this will be good for y'all to see.
I'll give you a few. Was it Wilson? Harding? Hoover?
Yeah, so they're just going over some facts about, Capitol, things of that nature. Right now, I think that's all the members of Congress. It sucks that it's not outside. It really should be outside. There might be an esoteric meaning to this, but I don't want to get too deep into it right now. Just going to watch, observe what's going on and things of that nature. Say it's for the temperature, however, this is the second coldest day, inaugural day, I believe. The leading day of inauguration at its coldest temperature, I believe Ulysses Grant was being sworn in, but, I might be wrong. It might have been Truman. I think it's Grant.
Tell you who we're seeing here. A lot of blue suits this year. I was watching your commentary from the last inauguration. I remember that Janet said a lot of the ladies wore teal. This time it's definitely navy blue.
That'll be when we start the service.
We're just waiting for the presidential inaugural arrival, and as soon as they show up, we are going to show you some footage of that. We'll go right to that camera. It looks like they're coming down. There we go. Looks like there they are. They're coming down Pennsylvania Avenue right now.
All right, let's hit another channel because there's so many channels covering this right now. Let's let me put the camera back on me. Oh wait, on one. Don't worry, I'm gonna play with these settings a little bit so these transitions are a lot smoother, but we'll get there. So yeah. Let's go. I wanna rock with AP, Associated Press. It's just more shots and footage of them arriving. You know what? Let's check with Fox. Fox is, yep, everybody has shots of the president arriving. Fox 5, NBC. Yep, same thing. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what NBC is actually talking about, though.
Donald Trump will take too far? Is that kind of the strategy?
Absolutely, particularly on the border, I would say. That's an area where you could see some robust debate and oversight. Don't forget oversight. I think that's going to be significant as well. It's worth thinking about in this moment the agenda of President-elect Trump. He wants to do something big on the border. He wants to do something big on taxes. I won't get into the process, I promise you that. But how
You've got 4 years to talk about it on Meet the Press.
But how does he get it done? And that's when we look at Speaker Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune, who you spoke to earlier today, Savannah. They become so significant. How do these men work together?
Well, this is an incredible shot, this motorcade, and we have the advantage of a camera and a truck watching the whole thing. There's these wheels rolling, and they're just a few moments away now from the Capitol, and the swearing-in ceremony will get underway in earnest. I want to go to Craig Melvin, my colleague who's over at Emancipation Hall. This is a first for this venue for inauguration, and it's by necessity. The cold, of course, having moved everything indoors, and that makes this the overflow room. So, Craig, as we watch these images, is it still that party atmosphere that you were describing earlier?
Oh, very much so indeed, Savannah. Moments away from, again, to your point, that caravan arriving here at the Capitol. Just to give you a sense of where we are and what we can expect. We're talking about 2,600 people. That's it. That's the number of people who are going to be able to watch President Trump be sworn in here just moments from now. You're going to have roughly 800 there in the rotunda. You'll have another 1,300 underground where we are in Emancipation Hall, and then roughly 500 more next door in this theater here at the Capitol Visitor Center. Upstairs in the rotunda, think of that as sort of the adult table at Thanksgiving, where we are down below. Sort of, it's like the kids' table to a certain extent. Upstairs, you've got
Yeah, I'll be honest. I like how he's making that distinction of the kids' table, this, that, and the third. I don't know how many people have actually seen thousands of people at one time. It's thousands of people at one time in one area is a lot of people. It's a lot of people. That's not a regular ordeal. How they got it sectioned off, I think, is a great thing. I know security is laced and intertwined through the roof. There's probably guys there that security that you couldn't even tell is security.
We're seeing right now, they're watching them unfold on two giant jumbotrons here in Emancipation Hall as well.
All right, Craig, thank you. I want to go back to Ryan Nobles. He's outside the east front of the Capitol where the arrival is taking place. Ryan?
Yeah, that's right, Lester. Yep, we just saw the motorcade pull up here on the east front, and we're now watching as the two presidents start to exit the presidential vehicles, and they'll walk into the Capitol. There's an enormous security presence around them. Probably about 10 or 12 vehicles accompany them up the Capitol Hill to the Capitol, where they will walk into the building now. We can see Jill Biden being escorted out from her car. And this will begin the process in earnest. We can see Melania Trump being escorted in as well. It looks as though the two presidents, they're actually
Alright, they're just being brought in. So let's go back to uh, alright. Yeah, so they're just showing footage of them walking in. I'll certainly swing back when when the footage starts to be more pertinent to what we're looking at. Alright. Yeah, I must say this is certainly fun. I'm enjoying myself right now. Alright. Yeah, let's swing back over to Fox. I like Fox. Uh-huh. Get Fox popping. Oh, there we go.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning, Mr. President Trump? How are you doing?
Oh, VP Kamala. Get rid of the chat.
And there we saw President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump.
There's a lot of money in that
Capitol.
room.
We see Elon Musk there, Andrew, just one of the tech titans. As you know, we were.
I will say there is a lot of money in that room. Your wealthiest, and I mean wealthiest of people in this nation, and arguably some visitors from other nations is there right now. Earlier footage, all the elder, the elder congressmen and women, congressmen and women has showed up, arrived. Oh, we see J.D. Vance and his wife. You know, certainly need term limits. These people are too old. They're hoarding the wealth. They got to get redistributed back into the economy and whatnot. But that's just my opinion. You know, yeah. Your security is through the roof, Tide. You do something there, boy, oh boy, you got a heap of trouble on your hands. But you want to keep praying to the ancestors in the universe that, regardless of the choices people make, that people still have safety on their hands and whatnot. Yeah.
What's so unique and so miraculous about the American experiment is that political foes, political losers and winners alike can be in the same room. You see the...
Now I want you to remember something. These news channels are channels for a reason. Information goes to us, but information also goes back to them. What they're telling us right now is that America is an experiment within itself. It's only 240 years old. This continent is a live body. Remember, this land has plants and whatnot, so it's its living organism. The earth is its own living organism. However, this country is an experiment within itself. So when things are going on, you got to really take a step back and see what's going on. But again, don't want to get too far into the esoterics of things. Just want to keep it, straightforward. Oh, look at that, Pete Hegseth. What was that? Homeland Security, DHS, future DHS. Yeah, so pretty interesting.
Hearings are ongoing as we speak, and they will continue this week as well. You also see incoming White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, there in the long white dress coat. She was instrumental in the Trump 2024 campaign, serving as co-campaign chairwoman with Chris LaCivita. And you see so many others, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, former Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler, former New York Congressman Lee Zeldin, John Ratcliffe there, Trump's pick to lead the CIA.
Ratcliffe,
Trump's pick to lead the
FBI. Cash Patel, man. I'm definitely going to be paying attention to his work. Vivek Tulsi. Hey.
So all of the incoming Trump cabinet members are seated behind the principals there on the dais, which I think is an interesting choice.
While they are taking their seats, I just want to while they are taking their seats, I want to swing to another channel just to give fair play. Let's see, CBS. I want to go with CBS or NBC. Yeah, let's go CBS. Let's see what they're talking about. Just to give them their fair play, you know. Oh, wait. Don't like that. Oh no. Hold on. I do not know what's going on here. Give me a moment, please. No, I guess CBS might have cut their stream. Alright, MSNBC. Awesome. Let's get rid of the chat. And we are swinging back. Yep, cool. Alright, now let's see what they're talking about. Oh, no talking at all, live sounds. I think that's great. There we go. Alright, I will be right back just in time for us to watch the inauguration. All right, all right. So we're back in action. Uh, Certainly enjoying myself. I was surfing through some channels, playing with some settings. Right now we are at PBS News. Went through the Wall Street Journal just to hear what they were saying. But right now we're going to listen a little bit to PBS and see what they got to say.
Here now is former President Barack Obama walking into the Capitol as well. Laura, as you watch all of this unfold as well, we think back to
Now hold up, Michelle not here?
that stayed with everyone has been this idea of American carnage. We've heard that this will be more of a message of unity. What do we expect to hear?
Committee co-chair, Mr. Steve Witkoff.
That's right, Amna. The president-elect is expected to give a much more unifying tone. The incoming administration says that he views this moment very differently than he viewed his election in 2016. And ultimately, when he was elected in 2016 and entered the White House after that election, he was met with a much larger resistance and viewed and was also much more amenable to establishment Republicans, many of whom resisted him much more back then. This time around, he very much has the Republican Party around him. He feels as though he has much more control and support across that Republican Party. You don't see as many of the Republicans in office anymore that were willing to stand up to him, whether it's Mitt Romney or the late John McCain. And so this is a very different moment for the incoming President Trump, who really considers himself to have a mandate, despite the fact that there is some polling recently from AP that shows that voters don't necessarily support mass deportations. They support the deportations of immigrants who have committed violent crimes, who have committed crimes, but going beyond into wider deportations, which we expect the president-elect to do because they have forecasted that, and so has his border czar, Tom Homan, that may be something that the wider American public doesn't necessarily support according to polling. That being said, given the calls this morning with White House officials, this administration is expected to launch what they call the biggest deportation effort in history. And they are cracking down not just on illegal immigration, but also legal immigration. And in those executive orders that we talked about a little bit earlier, another one that they are going to issue today is they are suspending refugee admissions for at least 4 months. So
Yeah, so the whole immigration thing, I think is very, very, I think is very, very disingenuous. That the law of the land is you are not supposed to be here without papers. Now, there was a time period where we added grace to it because we abided by the law in such great fashion, and when I say we, I mean as a nation, as a country. However, certain powers that started to abuse that and just started flooding it in because you understand, or they understood rather, when you allow immigrants in the country, you allow them to be able to vote, they get quick citizenships, they swing towards more liberal rights because they're not really conservative here. If shit hits the fan, they always have another nation to go back to. Genuine Americans ain't planning on going to some other country, so don't get me wrong. I think we need to have some form of immigration just to, righten things up, but we've had so much immigration throughout the years that right now we could do without. I try to reference it to football because our great American sports also is a metaphor of how we behave as a nation, whatnot. Certain teams love the free agency. They love making trades, and they build their teams off of that. Other teams like being homegrown. They get players and they build them up and they let them grow and develop over time. Right now we're in a phase where we need to take a step back from free agency and let our nation grow. We have generations and generations of children and of just everyday citizens that need an opportunity to grow, need an opportunity to develop, be allowed to have their foot in the door, whether they have experience or not, and gain experience and whatnot. There's tons of people here. Why aren't we giving, these opportunities to the people that are here? Beyond me, but this also leads into the H-1B visa conversation. But again, that's a conversation for another day. I want to get back into the inauguration. Cool. I think that's a nice view.
Congress in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard that the Supreme Court is going to be arriving shortly. They have such a long trek from across the street to come to the Capitol building.
Oh, they didn't walk, but it's long, lengthy. They didn't walk, but it is. You're right.
Of course, we have the old Supreme Court. We were talking about that.
I ain't going to cap. It's pretty lengthy. I've been to D.C. a number of times. It's pretty lengthy. I ain't going to cap. I roll my eyes, but it's not like they're going to die. They'll be nice and warm, and there are high quality furs and whatnot and fabrics. So, I mean, but hey, we got cars, we got technology. Why not use it, I guess? Oh, paused it.
A little bit earlier.
There we go. Yep, more seating.
Should be in the Supreme Court.
Emily, the painting to our left, Saratoga, thing to the right, Yorktown, Virginia. Good for those who live on. Those are wonderful. Who on earth is the red coat? General John Burgoyne. Who is in the red coat? All right. General here. We will get to those paintings. Reports the Judiciary Branch meeting. Okay. Inside. Give us room, big crappy.
Alright, so this is just some good stuff to see right now. I will be stepping away from the screen. Don't worry, I will be back in time for us to see the actual inauguration process. This is everybody just taking their seats and whatnot. We did a good amount of time on seeing who's coming in, who's sitting where and whatnot, listening to the conversation, hearing the news stations give their side of the story, propaganda, reading off their scripts. There's no script here. This is real analyzation in live time. So we'll be back, and I'm glad to be doing this. This is, super, super ecstatic. Hello. All right, we are back. So right now we just got more seating. Former presidents, Bill Clinton, family. Who's that? Barron. Looks like Barron Trump. Other staff members. Alright, well. While that is taking place, we will siphon to another channel and see what may be taking place. They all should be at the same stage. Checking with Fox. I do love Fox, I ain't gonna lie. No, hold on. Alright, I am back. I'm not even going to cap to you. I am eating off camera. Not even going to cap to you. What can I say? Multitasking at its finest. Right now we are at Wall Street Journal Live. So. Not gonna lie to you, music garbage. You're about to introduce a new president. You can't get nothing more, something more. Hey, I mean, it doesn't have to be a party, but like, dang, this is America. Can't have something much more like impactful. This, now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and place for all of this, but like, 20 listen, even though I make jokes about the music and the tunes, a touch of elegance is always nice. I ain't gonna lie. Elegance does set the tone very different. When you're in an environment like that, everybody's, freshly showered, hair's done, beard's trimmed, hair's combed or brushed or braided, whatever the case may be. You got your no lint on your clothes, on your fabrics, and you walk into a room and you got that piano playing. It's a different vibe. It is a different vibe. I mean, from restaurant inauguration, it's a very elevating vibe. And I will add too, breakfast is now out the way. I ate it like the animal I am. What can I say? How to handle that. Oh, look at Bush. And Obama. Clinton. Yeah. It seems every administration has done dirty deeds in the dark.